and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Divine Masculine, into a new reading for yourself. Today is the 24th of September 2021, and we'll see what your energies are looking like around this portion in time, Divine Masculine, in this collective twin flame journey for all of you guys. I get to see the King of Pentacles. Okay. So some of you guys could be looking at your financial situation, taking financial advices around this portion in time. For some, it could be looking at some kind of homely comfort, building a new situation for your home purpose. Anything can happen. Magician and the Wheel of Fortune. Something to do that you're manifesting, guys, with regards to your material success, your abundance, a change in your cycle, in your situation. You get the Devil and the Magician. So this is two polar opposite energies here. Okay, so it could be your energy, or it could be the energy of somebody you have in your situation, with whom you're having a tough time, some kind of restriction, you're feeling entrapped. Strength. Majors are coming out, guys. So there is something big happening around this portion in time. This reading will be with you for the next 6 to 7 days, and we'll see what the energies are for you, Divine Masculine. Let's see here. Something major is happening in your case. Is more I'm getting something which is related to money more so, but there is a lot of restriction you're facing with regards to that situation. You want to look into that for yourself, and everything that is relating with money and your stability around this portion in time for yourself, Divine Masculine. So let's see what your energies are talking about. Wow, the Sun. Okay. That's your energy, guys. The Sun. It's a beautiful energy. Okay. Let's see. And the Hanged Man here. Again, majors. So there could be some information. The King of Cups. Wow. There could be some information that you are kind of relating from your heart. We'll see. Okay, something to do with your heart chakra, more so I'm getting. Now you might not be able to see the cards, but we will talk about it as we get into the reading. Okay, so something very close to your heart, maybe, where you have been repressing your emotions, not telling anybody. Could be anything like that. The King of Cups is often related with love. So something to do with your heart for sure. Okay, we'll see. The Three of Wands. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so there is a situation in your life, Divine Masculine, more so I'm getting, which is could be somebody you're connected with in regards to somebody who is your mother or is a mother figure. Could be your children's mother, could be your own mother, but somebody who you're kind of lifting your own restrictions around this time, but we'll see. Because something from your heart is opening up towards understanding and getting better clarity and vision about your future direction in life. And you're thinking from your heart. It's your heart talking to you, right? What makes you feel happy going forward? What is that happiness you want in life? What kind of happiness are you looking for? All these kind of questions are cropping up around this portion in time for you, Divine Masculine. We'll do an in-depth reading later on, but right now I just want to see what is going on in your case. So there is something that that you're waiting for around this portion. You still don't have it with you, right? But you are kind of in waiting for that particular part of the story. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles shows up again. There is something with regards to this situation here, guys. The Judgment and the Ace of Wands. And the Hanged Man at the bottom. Okay. So there is some kind of a stall in a situation. You have kind of suspended something at this portion in time. But you're looking at the situation, right? You're looking at the situation because the Queen of Cups and the Four of Pentacles, you are kind of scared about equal. Yeah, see, okay, I have to show you this, guys. I'm going to clarify the Queen of Pentacles here, but as of now, what I'm getting is what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to keep them on the side here. This is a major card, right? This is your card for your thinking, your power. You're walking through the night. Every time you're sleeping, you're thinking, you're always, you're processing information, you're getting a hang. There is a lot of patience in you at this point. You're kind of holding on to your patience at this moment before you jump into some kind of decision or before you kind of move into into taking action on situations. Okay, so we'll keep this on the side, but I'm going to read the card as of now, and then I'm going to look into this situation here for you. So we start off with the Sun card. Now, typically the Sun card is talking about happiness, enjoyment, fulfillment from the heart. Okay, it's the happiest deck in the tarot, right? It's all about illumination. It's all about clarity. It's all about your heart chakra, and there is a change in your astrological part of the story, a change that you're going through for yourself. Because if you see all the planets, right, they are all rotating around the sun. So there is a change of situation. There is a change of timing. There is a change, whatever the change may be for you, for each one of you, right? But this change is, of course, towards your betterment, right? Whatever that situation, it could be a little bit of holding on, of having patience for yourself, right? Some of you guys could be even censoring your inner child issue, because that's what I'm getting here with the Six of Cups, right? You're censoring your inner child issue because this is where a lot of you guys definitely had problems. Now, when I talk about inner child issues, it relates to issues that most of us go through in our life during the early part of our growing up years, right? It could be during our childhood, it could be during our teens, pre-teens, we have seen, we have heard a lot of things. You know, sometimes people tell us stories about our family which we believe is true, right? Because we are young, we are small, we are our heart is very tender, very naive, so we don't really censor things, right? We don't censor things, what is right, what is wrong, we don't. Whatever people tell us, whatever our families, our relatives, whatever they tell us, we tend to believe in that situation, right? And we absorb that situation because we are young, we are naive, we don't have that faculty to filter things out of our life and take only what is the right? So as young children, right, as young children, we take in those kind of energies, which in turn actually affects us later on, which we don't realize. Because as we grow up, as we develop, as we mature, we do, our body matures, our mind matures, our heart matures, but somewhere that little portion of your inner child issue remains, right? Which is that little seed of poison. It's the seed of poison. And it's very difficult for people to remove that seed of poison from their life. You just cannot remove that seed. It has gone right inside your heart. Do you follow what I'm saying? And it's sitting over there. And over the years, that seed has flourished. It's become a little bit big. It's grown a little branches here and there. Maybe a couple of leaves have grown out of that seed, right? Where you have actually given it more importance later on in your life than what you should have done previously. So therefore, this kind of a situation has to be censored until you can surgically, when I say surgically, of course you can't remove that seed because it's not visible, right? It's an invisible seed. But spiritually, you can remove that seed of poison that has been sown in your heart needs to be taken out of your life. And that is very important, because without which, guys, you will not be able to do justice to anybody in your life, whether it's your divine feminine or whether it's for yourself, doesn't matter, right? Or whether it's for your spouse, your mother, and this is a very common thing. Sometimes in life, we forget, but if anything happens in our life, that little seed of inner child problem is triggered, right? And we immediately relate that particular incident back to that old childhood memory. Oh, my mom had done this, and that is why this happened, and because of her that happened, and because of that happening I got involved in that happening, right? So all those little part of the story is like a vicious cycle, keeps haunting you. Now, if it's not your mother, it can be your grandmother, it can be your father, it can be your uncle, your aunt. It doesn't matter. Somebody who comes from your childhood, right? Something that you have seen, you have noticed, you have heard, and you have absorbed in your life. And that has been your trigger in life for a long, long time. Even possibly you haven't realized that, divine masculine. Nobody does. We don't. I mean, consciously, who wants to feel that, right? Consciously, would you want to trigger that childhood memory, right? And spoil your happiness? No. No. But at the same time, this happiness of the son is being affected because of this reason, right? Because you haven't been able to close or give a closure to this part of your story. So something from your past, you think about it, how it resonates with you. Something from your past is triggering those kind of memories that you are not very comfortable with in yourself, divine masculine. You're not very comfortable. And that is possibly where, as the King of Cups, you have repressed your emotions in yourself. You haven't shown emotions. It's not that you haven't felt those emotions. You have felt those emotions. But what has happened is over here that you have not shown, or you have not expressed, or you haven't said what you needed to say. And it was all because somewhere there has been a fear situation in your life, divine masculine, which is where that trigger point has been for you. Which is where that trigger point has been for you, right? And this trigger point was affecting your heart. It was affecting because that is where you were possibly being closed off, and you were like pretending to not feel your heart, not feel the emotions. Though the emotions were trying to practically come out, were trying to practically jump out, you were pulling it back. You were pulling it back because of this reason in here, right? And that is where you're coming to terms. You're coming to terms with your own understanding of this situation. You're realizing that you had been very rigid about your own protocols in life, right? About what you believe in life, what you think is right, uh, being a conformist in your traditional understanding that you cannot break rules. If somebody has told you that you have got married, and if you are not happy in that marriage, but because your culture, because your family, because of your extended family, whatever the situation, you have to stay in that marriage, right? Because you are traditional, you believe in methods, right? You don't want to break that pattern. You are not a pattern breaker, right? You're not the one who can just like, I don't want it, and walk away. You can't do that. Why? Because you are rigid about your belief in life, right? And that rigidity has been blocking your emotions, because these two are, opposite, hitting each other, basically. I want to show my emotions, I want to give my emotions, but I can't because I'm a married person, or I have a commitment, or I don't want to break my pattern of doing things. And this was all happening because of this inner child issue. Because from the childhood, it also could be, guys, that from your childhood, your early years of your life, right, you have believed, because your father, your grandfather, your great grandfather, you'll have been that cultural, you'll have adhered to your cultural belief that once you're married, once you're settled, once you have kids, that's it, period. You don't do, even if you're unhappy in the marriage, you still stay there. Because why? Because you're married. Now, if your culture, if your tradition tells you that you have to look after your mother, and your mother tells you you can get married to somebody I don't like, and because you are culturally inclined to the traditional behavioral pattern of listening to your family or your mother, respecting her wishes, you decide not to break the rule, right? But at the same time, your emotions are playing havoc in your life. So you are fighting your emotion against your will because of your belief, of your traditions. And this is where there has been a clash in your life, divine masculine. There has been a big clash, and it's all erupting. Now it's all erupting because there is a change of situation, or astrologically, the planets are trying to push you out of that belief in your self, in your own self understanding, right? So now this is where your self understanding was that I can do this because I can break the rules. If I behave as the real person in love, or I can show that love, I show that emotion, it means I'm not respecting my culture. It means I'm not respecting my tradition. It means I'm breaking the pattern of my dogma, my principle, my belief in life that I can't. I cannot upset that situation because I'm in love with somebody. You know, that is the portion. I can't upset somebody or I cannot upset that tradition because of love. No, I can't. Tradition and love is directly clashing with one another, right? So here is the issue, and this is all coming from your past. From your past, which is where your understanding is changing, divine masculine. And it's changing because of the astrological part of the story. I don't think you really have any hand in this change. It's a change that is happening because universe wants you to gather your wisdom now of your own belief, whether you're right, whether you're wrong, what you have done. Universe is saying enough is enough, right? Enough is enough. Try to figure out your wisdom. Understand yourself, whether this clash you're having, this head-on clash, a fight that you're having with your own dogma, your own principles, and you're telling yourself, love is bad. I can't. Love is against my principle. I cannot offend my family, or I cannot offend people with whom I have some connection, and go towards something in life that is against my principle, right? And this is where Spirit is trying to tell you, no. Listen to yourself. Look at people. Look at the world. Try to open your eyes. Gather your wisdom, gather your knowledge, talk to people. Listen, hear, understand. Very important. Listen, hear, understand. Just by listening is not enough. You have to listen, and then you have to hear. And hearing is a faculty, right? You have to open that hearing part of the story in yourself. So listen, hear, and then understand. So this is where the whole situation is kind of getting into a different state, right? Finding a balance in yourself. Because obviously, until you discover that the world has more to offer, and whatever you had been doing for so long was in a very enclosed pattern of thought, belief, ideas that you had generated in yourself, with people you have walked around with people you have mixed around with, or your own vision in life was limited. I'm not saying you didn't have vision, but your vision was with what you could see or think or understand. But there is something called a vision that is outside your thinking box, right? And that happens to somebody only when they are in touch with their wisdom. That's when, that vision comes back, that understanding comes back. You can able to figure out how people actually do a lot of things for their own happiness, for themselves, to make themselves feel good, right? That knowledge, that vision, because if you live through a tunnel vision in life, that's only the tunnel. You will see the light at the end of the tunnel, but by the time you reach that light, which is at the end of the tunnel, a lot of things would have changed. So people with wider visions in life, they don't have a tunnel vision. They have a wide vision, right? They can see a lot of things. They interact with a lot of people. They mix around with a lot of people, irrespective of their creed, culture, whatever. They grasp information, right? For example, I don't know how a person or a culture, say for example, a Portuguese person lives. What is their culture, right? Because I don't have any contact with Portugal. I don't know Portuguese people. I really don't have any kind of affinity with their culture. But see, I come across somebody who is a Portuguese, and I tell that person, hey, I would like to really understand how you people work, what you people do, how you're culturally, what is your culture, what kind of food, and blah, blah, and so on. So it's gaining vision, it's understanding, learning more about one specific culture. So there are things that you will discover that you have to walk out of that tunnel vision in your life. And only when you walk out, divine masculine, out of that tunnel vision, you will be able to manifest and generate what you're looking for in your life, right? Because that manifestation comes from your will, from your wisdom, and your mind. So if three things, that's what I said: listen, hear, and understand, right? So until the three things are working in coordination, you cannot manifest. For you to manifest, for you to understand and act in coordination with your own understanding and create that spiritual magic in your life, you have to think out of the box. If you have a narrow tunnel vision in life, guys, I'm sorry, it's not just you, nobody in the world can be successful, can really be successful. And this is something I'm telling you because I believe in this sincerely. I definitely believe that if you want a life that kind of generates your intention, that whatever you touch, whatever you think becomes true, right? Or whatever you're working for brings you back your success. At that point in time, you will realize what I'm saying is true. Because your body, your physical self, your mental self has to be in coordination. For you to understand and open your mind, open your vision, in order to learn, in order to gain wisdom, in order to understand how people in different parts of the world live, what other races and cultures do, how they kind of control and, move on with their life. Not everybody believes and does things that you do, right? So there is something you're learning, or you will learn, that there is a disparity between what you have thought before and what you are learning now or understanding now, divine masculine. And it's very important, right? It's very important. And this is where you are, in that hangman energy here. The hangman energy is the processing of this information, right? Understanding, gaining knowledge, walking. And when I say walking through the night, it's not you're getting up from bed and walking. No, no, no. Your dreams, your illusions, whatever fantasies in life that you have had, whatever dreams in life that you have had and you haven't been able to manifest, Spirit is telling you it's time that you can do it. Work towards it. Work towards it, because your dreams will come true provided you learn to understand yourself better at this point and work in coordination with your knowledge and power and wisdom, divine masculine. Okay. Now here is the deal, guys. This is the Queen of Pentacles here. Okay, I don't think I have to clarify, but I'm going to see here. Okay, this Queen of Pentacles energy is, like I explained, is somebody who is who could be a working woman plus a mother. For some, it can only be a mother. But somebody who is sitting on her throne, right? Somebody who has her goodies in her kitty, in her pocket, like money, right? Health. She is very, she likes to take care of herself, wears good dresses, right? Does everything. So that kind of an energy is showing up in here, right? Somebody whom you know is in this energy. Somebody with whom you have interacted or you are in interaction. Could, like I said, could be your mother, could be the mother of your kids, could be your wife, not your ex, but your wife, who is also a working woman and a mother, right? Can run the household, has everything under her control, controls your finances too, right? For some of you, controls your bank account too. Like she knows what is there in your account. Maybe even you don't know. Divine masculine, right? And with this, I'm getting the World card in here, guys. So the World card and the Queen of Pentacles, hold on, where is it? Yeah. The World card and the Queen of Pentacles is talking about a completion of a cycle in your life where you have learned a lot of lesson from this figure. And because I'm talking about the twin flame connection, I'm not talking about a boss. A boss figure could be somebody who is directly connected with your domestic life in here. And she's very bossy. The reason I say she's bossy is because she is the epicenter of your financial part of the story. Is more what I'm getting, guys. Okay, so there is a close. So something about that story is coming to an end. Something that you had been working with, somebody of this nature, of this energy, somebody who kind of, had taken the control of your life, basically, like rules the roost, right? That is a learning lesson for you, divine masculine, which is where I'm getting that you are kind of working towards a completion of this particular chapter, or one particular chapter of your life in here, that has got direct interaction or direct connection to this energy. Because there you have the Judgment, right, which is where um, the Judgment and the Ace of Wand, right? You know, for me, the Ace of Wand is like a reboot. You know, you have done a lot of things wrong, Divine Masculine, and you know how blunt I am, right? I have always been very blunt. A lot of people have perhaps loved me for it, some have maybe not, whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm reading for everybody. I'm not reading because I love you guys. I'm not reading because I want to make you all happy. I'm reading what my spirit is telling me here, right? So now what I'm getting is, at this point and going a little bit forward, you're coming to your realization and your understanding is very clear about the story in here, Divine Masculine, that you need a reboot of your entire situation because you have taken wrong decisions in life with regards to this Queen of Pentacles. Let me put it like that. You have taken wrong decisions in life. You have done a lot of things that have gone totally, and have gone totally in the wrong direction. And this is not because of the Divine Feminine alone or because of the twin flame. This is just in general for yourself, that you're realizing that this energy has controlled you rather than you controlling this energy of the Queen of Pentacles. This energy had taken control of your life. Whoever this energy is for you guys, you all will be able to relate to that better, right? This energy had completely ruled the roost, had taken total control of your finances, everything. And this is where the close is happening, because you are coming to your realization that you need a complete TLC in your life. When I say a TLC, I'm talking about a complete makeover in your life, a complete reboot in yourself, in your situation. And that is where you are working yourself with, or you're coming to the point of understanding that how to change things. It's not going to be easy. It's definitely not going to be easy to reboot the whole situation. It's going to be quite difficult, guys. It's not going to be a cakewalk that you walk in and you say, oh, okay, this everything is fine, we are good to go. No. It's not going to work like that. It's going to take a lot of effort for you to reboot the whole situation and close the earlier chapter of your life in here, guys. It's going to be massive. It's going to be massive, and this is where you get the Six of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the King of Cups. Do you see the connection? Six of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Four of Cups. And until you can do that, guys, hold on. Until you can do that, because let me tell you, with your Divine Feminine, because of this situation, you have not been able to give her anything that she rightfully deserves. She rightfully deserves, let me put it like that. Whatever that could be, your time, your time management, your time, your energy, for some love, emotions, whatever, right? Giving her, even with money, buying her material, whatever stuff. You haven't had a fair deal in this situation. And that is the reason she had turned her back. She told you, she doesn't want anything from you, right? Not even love. She refused to give you back that unconditional love in the way that she did before. Excuse me. in the way that she did before, right? So she turned her back towards this because she knew there is no equal give and take. Things are not in balance. Definitely not. And she could feel that even though she did not tell you, maybe because she, don't forget, with the Queen of Cups, she is a highly psychic person. She can feel everything. She might not tell you everything. She might not come tomorrow and tell you, oh, you did not give me that. You did not do this. No, 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 no. She will not tell you, but she can feel it. There is a difference between telling you verbally and feeling that sense of being deprived from that kind of a reciprocity, right? And that is where, look at you, you're feeling stuck, you're feeling insecure. Why you're feeling? Because she's also feeling insecure. Not only just you. She knows you as being insecure about the situation. She knows that even you're insecure, right? That you don't have that strength to be a part of her life. To be a part of her life in the right give and take, with the right give and take. So she knows that you're a very insecure person, as a person. That you don't have that stability, you don't have that security, you don't have that confidence to tell her the truth, to let her know the truth, right? So because of that, she is quiet. She's not talking to you. And you're quiet too because you don't know what to tell her now. You see what's happening here? So this is where the situation is, because you know that if you tell her the truth, you have to tell her the whole truth. Now, you definitely have to tell her. You cannot hide anything more from her, because if you try to hide it, it's not going to help you guys, because she already knows everything. It's a matter of you understanding that if she knows everything and you're still trying to hide things from her, she will only look at you in a very pathetic way. She won't even talk to you. She won't even tell you anything, but she will be like, who am I dealing with? Am I dealing with a coward? Or am I dealing with a divine masculine figure? I don't know. Because I feel that this person is very insecure about everything in life. Call it love, call it emotions, call it stability, call it happiness, call it anything. Call it anything. And she is a figure who is completely all about emotions. So if she doesn't come in contact with you with the right emotional attitude, divine masculine, she will not be able to reciprocate at all. At all. Okay, so you have to know that. So this is where the Eight of Pentacles is, right? This is where a new learning, new understanding is of your situation with the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so we do have action here, right? Slow and fast action. Right? You're learning how to go slow and how to go fast. You're doing both together. You're learning to understand your emotions better. Because again, the reason you're learning this, okay, it's a new learning, guys. It's a new learning. It's a new understanding with the Eight of Pentacles. It's a new situation of your wisdom. With the Knight of Cups, you had been very fickle. There is also a trust issue, right? Sometimes you would come in with a big cup of love, give it to her, and run away, never to be seen for the next whatever amount of time, right? So this is a new learning part of your story, divine masculine, where you are understanding you cannot do that anymore. This is a trust issue with the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacle. Right? If you come rushing and you give her that cup and disappear for the next couple of days, weeks, months, this is not going to help the situation at all. You need to build back the trust that you have lost because of your fickle mindedness, when you did not know whether you want to really give it to her as a commitment part, or whether you were just kind of passing your time with her, having some fun and walking out of her life. If you keep doing that, this relationship is gone for you. That's something you know too. Okay, so now you have to work with your trust. You can go slow, but you have to build back that confidence in this situation. You have to allow that confidence in her to seep back in. Because somewhere she has lost confidence in you. Remember, I told you that. She doesn't have confidence because she feels that you are always hiding things from her, not telling her the truth, because you are very insecure about the give and take, because you don't want to share any details with her. So you're always holding back everything in yourself. You're not telling her the truth. And that's where the confidence has been hampered for you, divine feminine and divine masculine, from your end to her. Right? And this is where, whenever you felt that confidence is being hampered, you would come with a bouquet of roses and give it to her and tell her how much I love you, and then disappear for the next God knows how many days, months, whatever. And you have been doing that because you haven't been sure by yourself. This is what your understanding is. You haven't been sure about this situation yourself. Whether you really want this commitment, give her this commitment, whether you really want to be the knight in the shining armor, you did not know. And this is where your trust was gone. At her end. At her end. She did not trust. She doesn't trust you guys. You have to learn to understand that. Because every time you felt, you came galloping in like a knight in the shining armor. And like I said, and then you were nowhere to be found. You were nowhere to be found. Right? So here is the point. Here is your new chapter that begins, is how do you bring back this trust in this relationship. You have to go very slow with her, but you have to go steady. Okay? That's what I'm letting you know, guys. You have to go slow but go steady towards this situation, or else the situation will again fizzle out. If you gallop in and gallop out, that's it, gone. You have to gallop in, but at a very, very slow and steady pace, where she feels more confident and has that confidence in you that she can definitely trust you back in her life. Okay? Because again, there could be a lot of interpretations which is wrong even in herself. She doesn't know the whole truth. Right? So there could be a lot of misinterpretations, a lot of things that she could be having illusions on in her life too about the whole situation. And you haven't corrected that. She hasn't known the whole truth. Everything in the subconscious mind is still sitting for her. Very much there in her subconscious mind. So for you to clear that subconscious mind and go through your path of success, you have to work smart, guys. You have to really be very smart with your understanding, with your work, with your situation, so that she can rework on her own trust with you back again. Okay, so enjoy this reading, guys. Until I see you once again, till then, goodbye, God bless, Khuda Hafiz, and Namaste.